The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is the latest entry in the series, but this time there's a twist. We're going on an adventure playing as Zelda rather than Link. So the reveal trailer for the new game switched things up pretty quickly, starting out as Link and then flipping to Zelda in a major reveal. Well, today I'm going to check out loads of other details and secrets that you may have missed from the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom reveal trailer. Well, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to check out more Zelda content, then subscribe to the channel. Plus, you can also turn on notifications to never miss an update. Plus, stick around to the end of the video for an exclusive offer to channel members. Well, it's always exciting when we've got a new Zelda game. I must have watched the trailer for Echoes of Wisdom 100 times now, at least. And each time you find new little details and secrets. So I love the older 2D style of Zelda games with A Link to the Past being my favourite of all time, and Link's Awakening also very high up there in their rankings too, and given everything that we're seeing in this trailer, that makes me very, very excited about this game indeed. Without further delay, let's dive into the secrets and the things that you may have missed from the Echoes of Wisdom reveal trailer. Well, first of all, we've got Ganon Return. So Ganon here looks very similar to A Link to the Past Ganon, also a Link Between Worlds and Oracle of Ages and Seasons Ganon. So this could point towards the timeline placement being the branch where Link is defeated. However, Four Swords Adventures also had Boar Ganon as well, so it could be the triumphant Child Link branch of the timeline as well. Now, the timeline is a big subject, so I'm not going to get into that here. Now, we can get stuck into the timeline placement on another day and in another video, but I would be interested to know which branch of the timeline you think this is on, or is this a new branch? Well, next up we got Link's sword, so we should check out the blade that Link is wielding in the trailer. Doesn't really look like the Master Sword, he's clearly got the Hylian shield when he's running in there to face Ganon at the start of the trailer, but what is this sword? And that shape isn't quite right for the Master Sword, plus the colour scheme is off. Is this a new blade, or is this simply what the Master Sword looks like in the Link's Awakening art style? Next up we got Zelda's Crystal Cage. So this isn't the first time that Zelda has been stuck inside a crystal. This has happened before in Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past, and also Four Swords Adventures. Well, next up we've got Link's powers, so similar to Tears of the Kingdom, it looks like Link is starting out this game with all his abilities and his powers. And he's got the sword, the Hylian shield, a bow, he can jump. Normally you need something like Rock's Feather to jump. Even though it appears that Link disappears quickly in Echoes of Wisdom, probably during the intro sequence, it's really interesting to see he's got most of his powers and abilities at the very, very start of the game. Well, next up we've got fast travel or save point, so we can see these mysterious statues dotted all around Hyrule. There's one when we first see the shot of the overworld, plus you can see them in towns and other places as well. You can briefly see them on the minimap, plus they glow yellow when Zelda passes close by. These could be fast travel points to help Zelda get around the map nice and quickly, or they could be save points, or perhaps they're statues similar to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where you can trade your abilities. Next up we got the Shadow Realm, so you can just about make out things in the purple dark cracks that appear all across Hyrule. The thing that Link falls into. So looking into these cracks, you can see floating platforms in the distance. And in a quick shot in the trailer, it looks like Zelda is in this dimension getting some echoes. So I would imagine at some point in the game we have to switch back and forth between these different dimensions. It's highly likely we're going to have to go into the Shadow Realm to save Link himself. Well, next up we got a new town, so Echoes of Wisdom appears to share a map with A Link to the Past, but we can also see some major differences here as well. So for example, we've got a town here that has suffered from the purple cracks that have appeared all across Hyrule, and it doesn't look like Kakariko Village from A Link to the Past, although it could be similar to Castle Town. Next up we got bombable walls, so this is something we've seen in plenty of Zelda games, if not all Zelda games, but here in this trailer we can see a bombable wall, and so for the first time Zelda is going to get to explode a big hole in the wall, which is very, very exciting stuff indeed. Echoes of Wisdom is going to have a focus on puzzle solving, so Zelda is going to have to find a way to make an echo of a bomb, I presume, to get into these hidden away spots on the map. Well, next up, we've got Zelda in jail. So, Zelda is known for spending a night or two in jail, but here she's meeting Tri, the new fairy that helps us out with the echoes and replicating items in Hyrule. Zelda's also seen walking past some guards later on in the trailer, however, that seems all friendly, so I'm interested to know how she got there and also how she got out. Zelda has been in jail previously, notably in A Link to the Past. Well, next up we got the controls. So IGL Numa said we get to see new gameplay features, and it looks like the Tri-Rod is going to be the driving force here in this new game. Zelda creates echoes throughout the trailer with the Tri-Rod, and they are selected with the Y button on the Switch controller. Then we've got other items mapped to the D-pad, similar to finding items in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Next up we've got Zelda's cloak. So Zelda being in jail and wearing a cloak may be linked in some way. So Link appears to be wearing the cloak at the start of the trailer, and the same cloak as well, so perhaps she's wearing it with the hood up to keep her identity secret and away from the eyes of the guards. This could explain why the guards are being friendly, although a cloak doesn't really seem like a great way of staying hidden, to be honest. The cloak is also very similar to what we see Link wearing in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Next up we got diving. So in recent years with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, we've not been able to dive under the water. However, here in Echoes of Wisdom, it looks like things are about to change with Zelda able to dive under the water. Zelda also has the ability to hold her breath, and it looks like we've got a new oxygen wheel as well. Next up we got the Gerudo. So Link's Awakening isn't set in Hyrule, so we don't get to see some of our favourite characters and races. But this all changes with Echoes of Wisdom, as we get to look at the Gerudo in the Link's Awakening top-down toy art style, and also they look absolutely gorgeous. Next up we got walking over trees. So normally in a top-down Zelda game, trees mark the boundaries of the areas and you have to walk around them. This doesn't seem to be the case in Echoes of Wisdom, as it appears Zelda can climb over the trees and bypass them altogether. So this is going to be a game-changing mechanic, especially when you come across a maze in a forest, which, to be honest, this is a Zelda game that is almost a certainty. Next up we got side-scrolling moments. So much like in Link's Awakening, we're going to be getting side-scrolling sequences to pair up with the standard gameplay. This was introduced all the way back in Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, and it's great to see it here again in Echoes of Wisdom. Next up we got multiple Zoras, so we can see an interesting conversation happening between River Zora and Sea Zora. We don't normally see these two races in the same game together, although this isn't the first time that they were both spotted. That first happened in Oracle of Ages, so they appear to be having a meeting, although whether they're getting along here is another question. The Sea Zora appears to have its arms folded, and it's unclear whether they're having an argument or they're making peace with each other, and perhaps they're going to be working together. Let me know in the comments what you think about these multiple Zoras and what this meeting is all about. Well, next up we got another return of an old enemy, this time the Redeads return. So we see the return of Redeads, the terrifying zombie creatures from Ocarina of Time. These awful zombies that scream at you. They don't really look as half as scary as they have in the past due to the art style of the game, but I'm sure they're still going to shriek and they're going to scare Zelda. That is an absolute certainty. Talking of returning characters, next up we got the Deku Tree. So the Deku Tree makes an appearance in this trailer, and the design of the Deku Tree is very similar to the one found in Ocarina of Time. But we can also see a huge Triforce mural on the ground as well. This is exactly the sort of place you'd expect to find the Master Sword, but it looks like it's nowhere in sight. Next up we got monster emotions. So in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, we get to see monsters be surprised, and they show the exclamation marks when Link surprises them. Here too, in Echoes of Wisdom, we see emotions coming from enemies as we see the question marks appear when Zelda is close by to enemies, and they are curious and they want to find her. And finally, we've got Impa. So in one quick shot, we see a mysterious old woman who looks like she's got incredible fighting skills. There can only really be one woman, and that is Impa. So it looks like Impa is taking out a bunch of knights, but that also does pose the question, what has Zelda done to be chased by knights? Also, related to her being in jail earlier in the trailer, what is she doing? Why is she being chased by knights? And why is she in jail? Well, that is about it for all the details and the secrets in the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom reveal trailer. You know, we don't have long to wait. The game releases on the 26th of September 2024, and that is only a few months away, so it's very, very exciting times here in the Zelda community, and let me know in the comments what you think about it all. Well, that is it today for the things that you may have missed in the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom reveal trailer, and as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Don't forget you can hit that subscribe button down below for even more Zelda content here on Triforce Times. You can also like the video and share the video too, that would really help us out here on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Well, this video is brought to you by Triforce Times Backstage. This is available through Patreon or YouTube membership, and you're going to get exclusive benefits, plus you'll be able to go above and beyond to support Triforce Times. Free content is core to Triforce Times, and you can continue to enjoy these videos that you know and love. However, if you want to enjoy the benefits like early access, our community Discord, shoutouts in the credits of videos, content polls and exclusive videos, then select the tier that is right for you and join Triforce Times Backstage today. So help me make Triforce Times be even bigger and better, plus you're going to get some added benefits for a small fee every month. Well, thank you for listening, and now it's time to go back to the video.